sometimes a biopsy. Biopsies carry risks. You see where I'm going with this?
From now on, you don't run any tests you don't have to run.
How do I know if a test is needed until after I run it?
She'll tell you.
Nurses actually have a lot of experience in knowing what tests to run, which tests are excessive, which tests are very important. In fact, when residents in my hospital ran rapid responses, the nurses from the ICU were so experienced, they already knew what medications to pull up, at what dosages, even more so than some of the young residents.
I'm Dr. Claire Brown. I'm first assist today, and I'll be leading the timeout. Patient's name? Stephanie Willis. Scheduled surgery?
Excision of an indeterminate retroperitoneal.
Oh, now it's
We
indeterminate.
don't anticipate any complications with the surgery.
Thank you, Dr. Brown.
That timeout actually happens. It's basically we confirm all of the information. Generally, we do it while the patient's awake so they can confirm all this information. And then we do it one more time before we start, including, this may surprise you, discussing the site of the operation. Because it has happened, unfortunately, horribly, that we've operated on the wrong side of a patient's body. There's been a lot of things put in place, procedures put in place that prevent us from making that horrible mistake, with the timeout being one of the most important ones.
It might be infected.
It's not.
There is some discoloration.
He's 82 years old. Everything is discolored.
Blood pressure 120 over 70, heart rate 60. She's holding steady.
I've opened the fascia.
You know what you guys should do? You should screenshot this little scene where she says, I opened the fascia, and send it to Gabby Hanna. Because she tweeted me not so long ago saying that she can't believe that after we operate on organs and we put them back, are they just like floating around in our bodies? And I told her that everything is interconnected with fascia, and she had no idea what fascia looks like. So send her this picture on her Twitter. She's gonna love it.
I thought you'd want to see it.
It looks like puke.
No, it's not the regular color.
Puke has a regular color.
It is a bit of an unusual color. We could order some. I'm sending you home.
Part of medicine, and a big part of medicine, and something that I learned and teach my students, is that a big part of what we do is reassure. Because people worry, and there's a lot of anxiety that comes with people's bodies. Fluids, they're coming out of random places. Fluids change color. We bleed. Body aches. Our heads hurt. Our vision changes. A cough occurs. Upset stomach. As soon as you go on the internet and you look at any one of these websites, you can fall down into a wormhole thinking that your headache is caused by a tumor like this.
Claire, tell me you got something.
I've got nothing. This tumor is way bigger than it looked on scans.
Hence why we don't diagnose people just by looking at scans.
I see her aorta.
That's the problem.
The tumor is encasing her aorta, meaning it's fully surrounding it and engulfing the aorta, which serves to be the main blood supply to the bottom of the body.
Dr. Melendez sent you a biopsy. When will the results be ready?
When I get to it,
It's very important.
they're all very important.
Let me see the other test orders. I'll tell you which one's the most important, and you can do them in that order. I'll be honest and fair.
In complex surgeries like this, we not only have the pathology lab on standby, but you could also even have a pathologist in the room with a microscope ready to make the call immediately, especially when a patient is under sedation. You don't want to extend the patient's time under sedation just because the pathologist is busy with other cases.
There is one possibility. If we remove the left kidney, we might be able to get a good enough view to successfully remove the mass.
Take a healthy kidney to get a better view. That's insane.
The tricky part with this is that if they're not successful, she could die. If they're somewhat successful, she could be incredibly disabled and have horrible disability from the surgery. And her last 6 weeks to live with this horrible tumor are going to be awful, as opposed to if they just suture her up now and then she can enjoy her last few weeks of life. Even if the surgery is a major success, does that mean that they were able to get the entire tumor out and now she's completely cured? It could be spread all across the peritoneum, which is the inside of the abdominal cavity. To me, this sounds too risky and too much of like a cowboy move, but then again, I'm not a surgeon nor a surgical oncologist. That's why I would ask someone who's more of a subspecialist, which I don't think any of these people are.
Am I healthy? Probably. You're a doctor. You're supposed to know. No, we're not. Nobody knows anything for sure. Anybody could drop dead of a heart attack at any time. Who is this guy? Am I gonna have a heart attack?
First of all, don't do this in an open space like this because if he starts yelling, it's not going to look good for anybody. I have these conversations all the time. Patients come in and they demand to know that they're healthy, there's nothing wrong with them. You can't promise that. What I can do is answer a specific question they have about their health. Doctor, my ear hurts. Why do you think that is? And I can say, well, I looked in your ear and I found that you have an ear infection. Let's treat it and see what the outcome is. You give them reassurance that it's likely to pass, but you tell them if the symptoms continue, if the symptoms are to worsen, if new symptoms appear, please return so we can do a further evaluation. That's it.
The small bowel is twisted around the superior mesenteric artery. Martine needs surgery immediately.
We need to confirm with Dr. Melendez.
No, Dr. Melendez is in surgery. Part of Martine's bowel is dying and killing her with it.
No, you cannot make these calls on your own. Dr. Melendez was very clear.
He was very clear. It's past midnight, which means it's tomorrow, which means you're no longer my boss. Is this the OR scheduler? Yes, this is Dr. Murphy. Prepare an OR for surgery.
As feel good as this is, an intern cannot just book an OR, can't schedule their own surgery. No one would ever allow this to happen. Actually, this could be grounds for expulsion from a surgical program. Why do all surgeons look so frail in these shows? Him, McDreamy. Man, I get you're operating all the time, but come on. A little deadlift and bench press never hurt nobody. I like the minimalist look for an apartment. Oh, he got a mattress. Look at that upgrade. When I say this show has good writing, I'm not talking about the actual speech and the words that the characters say. That's good. But when I say great writing, it means they think ahead for each situation to make it not only lighthearted, comical, fun, and interesting, but they show a way to highlight a person who has autism in such a unique light that it's very positive for people who are born or develop this condition. But this is probably one of my favorite shows right now as far as medical dramas go. I'm certainly a fan. The reason I watched episode 2 is because I wanted to learn more about the first season before jumping into the second season. Now, if there are some good episodes within the first season you want me to watch, please let me know down below in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get all my videos. And check out my other content if you enjoy my medical drama reviews. You'll love it or your money back. As always, stay happy and healthy.